if you're new to the channel, my name is Emmy Bernice. If you're new here, I am recording this video for you as a little bit of an introduction as to who am I and what I do. I'm going to be sharing to you a little bit about how I came about. Of course, my parents made me, but what I'm talking about is how I came into this industry. Why did I decide to teach people? Why did I decide to create content, all the pizzazz? Going back to the top, my name is Emmy Bernice. That's just my first name. I'm married to the love of my life. I have like 3 rings with me: promise ring, engagement ring, and a wedding ring. I'm currently living here in the Philippines. I'm recording this video at a time where I'm currently in my early 30s. And every single time I make a video where I say my age, it's like my age for perpetuity. So just take that in. I've been in this digital marketing industry since 2018. I'm a little bit older now, guys. Like, I'm older. I have plenty of pets. Some of them are here. I have like 7 dogs and 3 cats. It's a very chaotic household. I don't have kids yet. My husband and I are not yet pregnant. I am somehow a nerdy kid, but at the same time, I step into this whole world of athleticism where I'm now training to become a triathlete. My very first one, which is going to happen next year. Crazy how that sounds. I've never been into sports, but at the same time, I hate and despise going to the gym. So I somehow needed an exercise that I enjoy. And for whatever reason, I found swimming, biking, and running to be the 3 things that I enjoy greatly. And so yeah, apart from training to become a triathlete, I have been doing running for quite some time now. I tried a duathlon once, and now I'm training to become a triathlete. Crazy. As for my business life, I'm like a little bit awkward in recording this video, as you can see, because I don't like talking about myself. But I felt like there is a need to be able to do that so that you can somehow relate with me. Going back, in the digital marketing industry, I've been doing quite a lot of things ever since 2018. I first started out as an independent publishing author, and then I became a freelance graphic designer, and then became a sales funnel designer and creator, builder for people, for entrepreneurs. And then I started creating courses, and that's still the same thing that I'm doing up until this day. I found love. I found love in teaching, and I just can't stop teaching. Like, for whatever reason, I felt like this is something that I'm going to be doing for quite a very long time. Like, I would love to speak in front of people. I would love to be able to share my thoughts and opinions on things. At the same time, be able to share what I've learned on the things that I nerd about. Because there are plenty of times that I nerd about something and then I just can't shut my mouth up. I really need to share that to people. So I felt like that is my vocation and calling. I also graduate with an education degree, so it kind of makes sense. At the same time, I didn't really come from a rich family. My mother and my dad worked very hard in order to give us the life that we deserve. But I left my parents' place very early, like 20. In the US, that's like not old anymore. Like, you have to be leaving when you are 18, right? But in our culture, that is like very young to be leaving your mother's nest at 20. And I did that because my mother and I didn't really have a good relationship when I was growing up. But like, leaving my mother's house early on taught me a lot of things, changed me as to who I am. Like, really, like, I would say 70% of my core was because I left my mother's house. I learned a lot of things from that, and I didn't regret it. If I'm going to be doing it all over again, even if the Philippine culture is going to curse me as a prodigal daughter and I don't have any respect for my parents and my mom because I left my house early just because we had an argument, screw you, I'm going to be doing that over again. I don't regret anything. If anything, my relationship with my mom has gotten better after I left her house. So that was a good decision and good choice. I also became very independent after that. I started earning money from hard work. I was able to also create wealth for myself So if you're thinking like I'm talking about making money and like doing all these internet stuff, everything just fell on my lap, that's where you're wrong. I actually worked very hard for this and cried very hard many times. And at the same time, speaking of like entrepreneurship and it being very hard and just cruising into this world, trying to see what works and what doesn't, life of an entrepreneur, I'm very thankful for my husband for being there for me. And every single time that I need to cry and let my feelings out, he's very much willing to catch me and like hug me and give me the assurance that everything's going to be fine. So, ladies, men, gentlemen, whatever you are, it's very important that you choose your spouse correctly. Because I can't stress this enough, you're going to be spending your entire lifetime with that person. So important that you make the right choice. I was gonna make the wrong choice, but I'm glad that the universe and God, whatever you call them, was able to make it very clear for me that I should be choosing my husband to be the person that I'm going to spend my forever with. So that was awesome. Thank you so much. So there, what else can I say? I am an INTJ. I got myself typed by a Jungian psychologist. So this is not based on the MBTI site. So the MBTI is actually based on a different type of theory, Myers-Briggs. So if you want yourself to have an accurate testing, you would want to be tested by a Jungian psychologist so that they would really know exactly like what you are. Because sometimes, you know, people are saying, oh, sometimes I'm an introvert. Sometimes I'm also an extrovert. Like, doesn't really work that way. So you really are an introvert, but you adapt sometimes to the environment that you are in. So that's kind of like me. So I'm very introverted. I have a hard time saying hi. I get social anxiety when I am in a lot of people. That's why when I had a little bit of a sidetrack, that's why when I had my swim class for the first time and I realized that the 5 p.m. time in the sports complex where I'm in consists of a lot of people, like a whole lot of them. I moved my class in early mornings, even if I don't like waking up early, just because I'm having social anxiety. Looking at the swimming pool with a lot of people, I just cannot train there with a lot of people. So that's kind of like me. If you're thinking that I'm extroverted, that's okay too, because I'm kind of like extroverted with my friends. I'm also extroverted when I'm in front of the camera. I that's kind of like my nature, my mode of doing. And I believe that you can definitely create wealth for yourself. You can do a lot of things if you just trust yourself enough. Nothing really is impossible and you're unlimited. That's why I always tell people it's just a matter of how you think. You know, it's just a matter of mindset. As cliche as that sounds, people always repeat mindset and like having growth mindset rather than a scarcity mindset, all that kind of stuff. But really, it is here. Like the difference between a successful person and a not successful person is because the successful person has a different way of thinking about things, has a different way of going through fear and being able to dance through that very fear. Like that's the difference between the two. We're going to be talking more about that kind of like personal development stuff very soon in accordance to being an entrepreneur. So I'm very excited to be producing videos like that. Yeah, I think that's definitely it. The gist of it all is that I am generally a very happy person, except when I'm stressed about work. And my priority really is, on top of it all, my value spectrum is that I love my career so much. The things that I'm doing here on YouTube, the courses that I make, all these things, I love it. I can't stress this enough. I'm very passionate with what I do and I'm very blessed to be doing the things that I love. Part of that group of people or that community that's doing the things that they love. And I'm definitely magnetic and obsessed, quote unquote, of my husband in a good way. I think that I'm very blessed to be able to do this career and at the same time have a person that is going to go with me side by side into this journey. Even if he's not a digital marketer or an internet marketer at all, he's an engineer. So we both do completely different things, but we can definitely rely with each other when the going gets rough. So I'm very happy, generally happy in this kind of life. I would love to be able to continue doing so while serving you, while creating the content that I'm going to be creating in the next coming days. So yeah, everything is awesome. I can't wait to be teaching you the things that I know, and I hope that you're going to be learning a lot from this channel. And if there's anything at all that you feel that I could be of help with, you can contact us in the email that we will be dropping in the description. And yeah, I hope to see you soon.